prefer to close the door.
Okay. All right.
So this is really great to be here with you.
Thank you.
MrGrantHaze,
Yeah.
singer, songwriter, musician, and artist.
Yes.
Pleasure and an honor.
Thank you, Hollis.
Yes. And, you know, there are a lot of things I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
You know, first of all, I know you've got a lot that's going to happen, starting with a trip to LA tomorrow. But before you go there,
Okay.
what I want to ask you is, your music. What inspires you?
Dreams.
Dreams inspire you.
Dreams inspire me, yes.
That's where you get your music.
I get my music from dreams.
The dreams that you have at night.
The dreams that I have at night.
Wow.
And I would say the music comes through me and not to me. It's not something I strive for. I kind of have dreams where an entertainer that I look up to, like Sting or Dave Matthews or Lionel Richie, call me up and say, hey, come to the studio. I just finished working on something. I want to get your opinion on it. And I go there in my dream, and they play a video for me. Mm. And I wake up with this urgency to describe the video and to actually put a soundtrack to the video that I just watched in my dream. And they fall right out, and it's pretty immediate, and
You just wake up and write.
wake up and write.
Wow. Or do you wake up and play?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And oftentimes I've actually recorded albums where I had to go back and learn the songs afterwards. Where after the albums come out and I'm at a show and someone wants to hear a cut, where I'm actually like, I remember doing it, but I actually have to go back and listen to it.
Right.
Or,
Because
you know.
it was in the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You were being channeled.
I was satisfying the cosmos.
Yes. That's awesome.
That's what happens.
So, right. So, and probably so many amazing musicians and famous musicians before you have maybe had similar experiences, but you'll find out starting tomorrow.
Well, you know.
You'll get to pick some very talented brains.
Yeah, my manager, Chris Brooks, has quarterbacked a great project, and he's gotten Wayne Vaughn from Earth, Wind and Fire, Grammy Award-winning songwriter, producer, piano player. He's going to be playing piano and co-producing this. We have Victor Brooks, international singer-songwriter, huge celebrity. He's written for Brian McKnight, Clifton Davis, Little Richard.
Wow.
Millions of albums sold there. He's going to be producing and singing as well. I have Gerald Brown. He played on some classic tunes like Mercy Mercy Me with Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. We're going to have his fingers touching it.
Wow.
G-Mo, he's touring with Maxwell right now. And we're all going to get together with some MrGrantHaze originals, and we're going to take the camera out there. We'll have something for you, and you know, you get the exclusive when I get back.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, it's exciting. And it's interesting, too, because you're 31 years old. You're 31 years old, right? And from what you share with me about your history, you recorded your first album when you were 18.
18, yes.
18 years old. Tell me about that a little bit.
Okay, well...
Because you haven't always been a musician.
No, I was going to school to be a physician, and necessity brought about the need to make some money. Got married when I was 18.
Wow,
to
young.
a ballerina, and she actually inspired my career, you know, to write. She danced. I would write songs about her, and got a little 4-track and played all the instruments, and you know, no budget. Started putting out albums, playing gigs, and now here we are over a decade later, and I'm working with some iconic figures in history, you know, music history, American music history. And have little butterflies. I'm back at the beginning again. That's the way I look at it. I'm back at the beginning. I have butterflies. I'm very nervous, you know. I'm very nervous. And Going to be performing at the Aqua Lounge in Beverly Hills Wednesday, taking a break from the studio, going out there, doing that.
Be live.
Going to be sitting down with Afina Shakur. She gave birth to this great man behind me. I painted this picture for her. I'm going to be giving this picture to Afina Shakur and meeting
Who is?
Tupac's mother.
Okay.
And yeah, in the room with, you know, the ultimate there,
Wow.
and Little Richard, godfather of rock and roll, soul. He put us on the map. He's like the atomic bomb for American music. Little Richard, going to be meeting him.
I'm excited. The butterflies are dancing.
Yeah, and so.
Yeah, well, nervous energy a lot of times is excitement, so.
I can't stop smiling. I haven't
Great.
slept in like forever. Ever since the contracts got signed and everything's cool, I'm ready. Yeah.
So great. It's so great too because, you know, and you mentioned to me, you went to school to be a physician, right? You wanted to be a doctor. But honestly, you've been growing up with music and singing your whole life with your mom and your dad. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, you know, I didn't know it at the time that I was in it. I have gone back to look at photo albums and things, you know, and it shocked me. My father's a minister. And my line of work is not very conducive to the faith that I was brought up in. And I had this burden on me for years that in some ways I did not please my parents. But it was a very cool experience for me to, for my dad to give me the originals of, like, I had lost my first 5 albums. Yeah, really. I didn't have copies of them. Every time I would record an album when I was younger, I would think, oh man, that's garbage, I'm not ever, you know. And my father one day pulled them out, was like, here's all of your albums. And I want them back. Yeah, I want them back. You make copies of them and I want them back. And you know, I grew up in the pew, little Grant III, watching my father preach, and my mother would sing. And they've always been a huge inspiration and driving force in my life. My mother's a gospel singer. She's got albums. I've had the honor of, you know, licensing some of my music to her. And so this is real exciting. They don't even know about this, that I'm going. It's just going to be, we used to live in LA. When I was younger, I started school out there. My father had an appointment at a church in Los Angeles.
Wow.
And so these are the stomping grounds for my manager, but you know, I was out there, you know, very early in life, and so I'm going back there and doing something for the family, you know.
And speaking of family,
right?
You also are a husband and a father of 2.
Yeah.
Tell me about these.
Grant
lovely
the
people.
Fourth, continuing the legacy.
And how old?
G4 is 2.5, and his little brother Gentle is 1.
Gentle.
Yes. Gentle is, I have these 2 boys, and you know, when I started making music, it was about something totally different. When I was 18, it was about crowds, fame, fortune, acceptance. Now to me, making music